The reality is, you're either making money or spending money. Money operates like a force in society, which some of you may not have realized before seeing this video. It is governed by a set of rules or laws that control the formation and movement of capital. We are back with another amazing video just for you. So right now, press that like button and fast track your wealth and subscribe to WealthMatic as we show you how to transform, elevate, and shift your mindset into the money and success-driven mind. All things wealth, money, and success. We're here to inspire future millionaires just like you. We're going to share 15 money rules with you today that will transform the way you think about money. Please take some notes because this is the most important investment you can make in yourself right now. And we have to commend you for taking the time to do so. So, let's get started. Rule number 1. First of all, never spend money before you have earned it. Keep spending money you haven't earned if you constantly want to be impoverished. The majority of individuals never get out of poverty because they borrow money to acquire items they don't truly need or can't afford. So who is to blame for this? Some blame the media, claiming that it is aggressively promoting things to these susceptible people, promising happiness and peer esteem. Others argue that it is a problem of education, that no one teaches you these things. But in reality, it's a matter of personal preference. People spend money they don't have on things they can't afford. That is why they will never be able to stop the pattern. There isn't enough time to advance towards the future since they are catching up with the present. Rule number 2. The second rule is that the more you study, the more you gain. For us, education entails gaining information that can be applied to improve our lives or the lives of others. That is what education is all about. Life isn't a TV series. The knowledge that isn't capable of being manifested isn't knowledge. It's just a piece of trivia. Concentrate your studies on constructing a path for yourself to get out of this mediocre rut. The majority of us start our trips by learning how to develop each stage and then carrying it out. Use the platform that your family made for you. Examine other folks' documentation on how the staircase to your dreams is constructed. In this lottery of life, we are all handed various cards. Rule number 3. Money does not transform individuals. Rather, it reveals who they truly are. Nothing will change about you when you become successful if you've always been modest and generous. Money functions similarly to fuel in that it enlarges the fire, helps you to travel faster, to learn faster, and gives you access to additional tools, toys, and resources. It all relies on who you are and where you choose to pour your energy. To put it in another way, money does not transform individuals. It removes their vulnerability as impoverished people and allows them to be who they truly are. Rule number 4. The perfect spouse may make you wealthy, while the wrong mate can make you poor. You'll never realize how costly it would be with the wrong person until you're in that situation. It's not only because divorce cases are costly. They're going to take away half of your crap even if you do not even realize what you're doing. Because the wrong person has the power to keep you back. They're right next to you. They can change your destiny. They can either help you expand your wings or they can bind you to the dirt. The importance of being with the correct person cannot be overstated. Rule number 5. Money doesn't grow on trees until you cultivate the correct seeds, which is rule number 5. People are only familiar with the first part of the rule for some cause. Even the tallest tree began as a seedling. However, seeds do not develop into lovely apple trees on their own. It will never generate those seeds, which we're talking about if you keep it on a bench by itself. Rule number 6. Rather than chasing money, become a money magnet. We understand that this rule sounds cheesy, like some sort of law of attraction nonsense. However, this is not the case. It goes far beyond happy thinking and the world providing you with your dream existence. This principle may be divided into 2 parts. Don't chase money in the first place. This implies you're continuously trying to catch up to money. Because you're caught in this rat race, you don't have any money at all. The second component is about attracting money. which entails establishing yourself as valuable enough that money comes to you as a result of your abilities and capabilities. Rule number 7. Don't let your money become weary. Money despises being bored. It despises it a great deal. It typically dies out or finds a new home with someone who understands what to do with it. If it is to survive, it must continue to move. When money sits, it loses value, but when it is spent, it gains value. Here's something you probably don't know about. If you had $30,000 and stashed it beneath your bed for 15 years, what would you do? Your $30,000 would be worth around $450,000 in the real world at the end of the trial. Well, this happens as a result of inflation, rising housing prices, projects, rising living costs, and so on. That is the price of allowing money to flow freely. That's the price of allowing wealth to become bored. Set away enough money for a rainy day and have it inflation protected. All else, use it to strengthen your fortress. Create things, cultivate things, and use the cash for its intended purpose. Rule number 8. The 8th rule is to invest time before money. This is the biggest factor preventing individuals from beginning a business. The popular idea among the general public is that you need money to make money. These individuals never realize that time is more valuable than money. And you've got a lot of time early on that you're probably squandering. It takes an average of 7 years to develop a business, 10 if you're not as brilliant, and 5 if you have some money to begin with, regardless of when you start. Rule number 9. Money is your army, and it should go out and capture enemies. Kevin O'Leary, a billionaire investor, kept promoting this concept, and it's now ingrained in our thinking about money. Every single penny you have is a personal soldier for you. Every day, you dispatch them out into the field. Some will perish, while others will triumph. Your aim is for any of them to come home with more captives. If you think about your liberty warriors, you'll be far more cautious about the soldiers you give up. Like when someone approaches you and begs you to borrow a few of your soldiers. Each time you give somebody cash, there's a chance they'll slay your men and you'll never see them anymore. Rule number 10. In reality, your benefits will always be proportional to your work. This concept is to blame if you've wondered why you make as much money as you do. This is the formula for determining how much workers should be compensated. The more you contribute, the more you will be rewarded. If you assist 5 individuals, your reward will undoubtedly be less than if you serve 1,000. This is true for both the impoverished and the wealthiest people. It's the foundation of worth. You may quickly raise the sum of money you make beginning now. If you only follow this guideline, you'll be okay. Rule number 11. Money will solve all of your financial difficulties. For some cause, folks believe that money would fix all of their problems. True, it can address the majority of issues, but it cannot fix all of the issues. Cash is like a generic key that can unlock a variety of linked doors. If you need a house, cash can provide it. If you're not sure what to eat today, money has you set. Your children require school supplies, so the money will save the day. Money is at the root of all of these problems. Poor people usually pass judgment when a successful person commits suicide because all they see is an excess of money. And how could anyone need anything else? You can't though. Rule number 12. Rule 12 is that you must attract money rather than allow money to attract you. Money is slick, has a few tricks up its sleeve, and may be hazardous due to its potential. You open the door to money just slipping away the instant you give in. If someone chooses to quit being sluggish, they can attain economic security. Rule number 13. Some individuals have income, and then some are rich. That's according to Rule 13. That's where we start to dig into the finer points of the game. It acts similarly to how the preceding rule evolved naturally. What does it mean to be wealthy? When do you realize you've made it big? For us, prosperity is the point in your life when your wants and aspirations are in line with your reality. That's when you'll be victorious. But it's about finding the right balance of psychological, cognitive, physical, interpersonal, and financial foundations in your life. It's akin to amassing all of the pillars of the creation of a successful life. Rule number 14. The 14th rule is to splurge less than you make. This may appear to be self-evident, but we're still amazed at how many individuals disobey this basic guideline. A sizable portion of the public seems unconcerned with the rationale for their credit card usage. And there's a sizable section of this group that spends all of their money. The first ones have already begun to fall. All debt must be repaid with a charge at some point. If you can't afford it, you can rent it. You can no longer afford to purchase it with interest added on, unless you're one of those people who dislike budgeting because it makes them feel cheap. Rule number 15. Finally, never be a victim to money. Instead, become the boss. Slavery is something that no one wishes to do. Let's not forget about how society works. We have enslaved ourselves. We've created this incredible instrument known as debt. Some individuals utilize technology to gain independence, whereas others lose even the liberty they already had. Slavery in the form of negative debt is the newest type of slavery. Your life is no longer yours the minute you take funds for any reason. It goes to your lenders, the individuals who borrowed you the money, and you'll have to practically sell hours of your life for the cash. Now make a list of these 15 items and go over them each day until you find out how to implement some of them into your lifestyle. And you'll notice an instant increase in the benefits you earn if you follow some of these 15 rules. They're significant and powerful enough to develop riches for people who are not only aware of them, but also apply them to great advantage. Avoid being lazy. Most people believe that being lazy is the polar opposite of hard work. Being lazy has something to do with your thinking, with your decision to do tough tasks over simple stuff, with your decision to watch this video than a TV series. With the right mindset, you'll find yourself on the better ground soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, WealthMatic. Till next time.